That's going to be the most chaotic video anyone ever saw. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny, and this is my husband, Brian. And we are here to do the grand finale of the series Halloween Academy with a final video for you all. We also have Orion, member of the family, here with us as well. If he gets really bad, we might have to kick him out of the room. Okay, so if you have not caught up on the series yet, check out the playlist Halloween Academy. I've got 5 or 6 videos in there, and they are all so fun. Spooky stories, all true, and different themes, themed videos for you that are all very, perfectly themed for Halloween. And there's lots to learn and lots to be entertained by and lots of laughs for sure. Especially in the video when Brian joined me last time when we did a spoopy reading for him. That one was really fun. So today we thought that we would come on here and tell you a story about when we brought home a cursed item, how we knew that it was cursed and what started happening in the house. However, we had something happen tonight that was equally interesting. And so we couldn't really choose what to tell you about. So I think we're going to try to cover both and keep this brief for y'all. So we were at a Halloween party. We were going to film this video before we went. We ran out of time because clearly this took a lot, okay? So we actually just had to go straight to the party. It was a haunted mansion party and it was a ton of fun. And so now it's midnight. And so please excuse us if we're a little delirious from tiredness and all of that. And before we jump in and tell you about the thing that happened tonight, I just want to remind everybody here to please like this video, share this video, comment below, make sure that you're subscribed because there's always so much happening here on this channel. Okay, so let's jump into what happened tonight. Are we good? Do you need to be removed? Don't eat the plants.
You're just tasting it.
Orion? I don't know. Okay, Brian, do you want to take it on what happened tonight? You can start us off. You look so cute back there. Okay.
We went to a haunted mansion, and they had tarot readers and the seance table set up. So we were like, ooh, seance table, we'll go check that out, see what that's like. So we sat down, and there was a lady there, hosting it, and she's like, everyone make a circle with your hands touching, and she's tuning in to try to talk to the spirits of the house. And we were like, all right, is this going to be real or what's going on? It sounded...
Were you secretly creating a sacred space around yourself as soon as... Me too. We couldn't talk to each other. But I was like, as soon as they said, our fingers had to touch, I had a stranger and he had a stranger on the other side. So we're touching strangers. And then this woman starts calling in the spirits of the house. And immediately I was like, Archangel Michael, please put white light around me and Brian, protect us both. However... I'm open to communicating with a spirit. Okay, go ahead.
I had the same exact thing in my head. I was like, "Say, Michael, please show up." And I saw a blue bubble around us, protecting us. Anything that
I was doing white light, so good. We had a double color happening.
So she started calling in the spirits, and then there was another guy next to Jenny who's like, I feel a spirit, and he started talking, and he was obviously an actor, and he just started describing everything that happened, describing, I see a man who did this, and his car crashed in the water, and everyone's wet, and somebody's pulling him out.
Yeah, and as soon as he did that, you could just tell it was scripted, immediately, and I was like, so disappointed because I thought that we were, this was a really nice party and I thought that it was going to be a real experience. And the woman said, if anyone in the circle is feeling anything, if anyone in the circle is experiencing anything or feeling anything, share it with us. And I thought we were all going to get a chance to share. And I was experiencing something. And I was going to actually share a true spirit that was trying to connect with me. But instead what happened was this guy just piped up and started immediately. It was so scripted. It was so cheesy. And I looked at Brian, he had his eyes closed. I think we were supposed to, but I was trying to do my thing that I was supposed to be doing. And then I was looked at Brian what the fuck?
I looked at you too, but your eyes were closed. When I looked at you, your eyes were closed. I was like, no,
yeah.
But we both were seeing spirits there, and both of us, we couldn't talk. The one I saw was just pointing at him, was like, you're an effing phony. He was angry. He was like, you're a fraud. He was pointing.
So tell them, tell us all so that spirit when, like, tell me everything that, did you see, feel, hear, what happened?
To me, it was visual. Like he was standing beside me. He was really tall, and he's kind of like he had a hunched over neck, like he was old, and he's kind of wearing like a nightgown
Oh,
almost,
wow. Okay.
like a hospital.
Like he lived there?
Yeah,
Like
like
a
he lived
sleeping
there.
nightgown or a hospital gown?
Yeah, like a sleeping
Oh,
gown,
okay.
but I think he may have died there. But he was mad because I don't know. Maybe the seance actually attracted spirits to
It
that to
did.
communicate because she called in the spirits to communicate through, and it
Yeah.
sounded like a real opening to a seance. Like until the guy piped up and started with his phony crap, I thought, maybe we were gonna all be trying a real seance, and spirits did show up, and they weren't happy about it. Like I know the one you saw. You want
Yeah.
to tell them about that
Yeah.
one?
So what happened for me, so that's what Brian saw. So what happened for me was I had my hands like this because we were supposed to all be touching hands. And the way that the woman called in the spirits, I felt like a stirring for sure. And I am quite, like, as you guys know, I'm quite a channel. So I was giving permission for a spirit to come through and communicate with me. And so what I felt was the way that my body was sitting like this, I felt something come in and almost come through me. Like I felt like my arms and hands got filled in by like spirit in a way. That doesn't make any sense the way I'm saying it. It's like it like walked through me. Do you know what I mean? Like it walked in and like matched what my body was doing. And then it went into the center of the table in the center of like the whole thing. But it was a female. And she came in, and when her hands slid into mine, I opened my eyes and looked down at my hands, and they, for some reason, didn't feel like my own hands. You know, like a spirit almost like moves through you. And I, like I said, that was something that I was allowing, creating space for, and told Archangel Michael that it was okay, that this seance I wanted to participate, right? And I thought it was real, but it was real for us. Like we were having real experiences. So this female, it was actually really sad. So his was really angry. My spirit was really sad. She came in and put her hands in. And then she said, when she was like kind of like overlaid on me, she said, Martha, 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 I'm looking for my child. So this was a woman that had died, that had a very young baby or a small infant, and she passed away when her child was so young. And I felt her still in that house. And then she moved through me, and she went, and she was standing like up in the center of the table where we were all sitting. So it was like I was almost like looking up, and she was standing there, and she was turning around and looking at everyone. Uh-oh, hold on. We have a goat grazing.
Hey, can you sit and be cool over here? Come on.
One moment.
I don't know.
You good? Are you gonna have to get kicked out? Okay. What was I saying? Okay. So then she was standing in the middle of the table, and she was saying, this isn't real. This isn't real. Because she was saying that about the guy. The guy, like we said, it was so scripted. And she was looking at me, and then she was trying to tell everyone. There was other people in the circle, and she was saying to everyone, this is fake. This isn't real. This is fake. I need help. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you something. And so for me, it was like super sad, because I'm like, oh my God. And I realized I wasn't going to get a chance to share that or really like take time to communicate with this, because the guy just like, he had this huge loud bellowing voice. He was like, this is happening, and then this is happening, oh my God, it's over. And then the lady's like, thank you for sharing that. Okay, thank you everyone. And then she's just like, we're done. And I was like, oh my God, it was just so scripted and so fake. And like obviously that they were together, like working together, he was planted there to do that. And then what Brian and I experienced was actual spirits that wanted to, that seance could have been real. They just had to let us speak. Anyway, is there anything else you want to share about the seance?
Well, the ghost I saw he was angry. He was pointing at the guy talking, and he's like,
Yeah.
He was mad. He was like, "You're an effing phony. Like you're false. You're fake. You're making this shit up." He was really he was angry, and he's like, "This is my house." Like he still thought the house was his. He lived there. It was his house. And then when I asked him his name, I kept hearing the name Nicholas, Nicholas, Nicholas. Like so maybe there was an owner at that mansion whose name was Nicholas. I'd like to look into the history of it to find out.
Yeah.
But he wasn't happy about the phoniness.
So I think that shows that if you're faking it in front of spirits, they're pissed. Like she was like, this isn't real. She was so offended. And so was that guy. So it's like, if you're going to like host a seance and you're going to actually call the spirits in, and that did work because the collective intention of the group, we're all holding hands basically. And we're all saying, we call in the spirits of this house, and then you fake it, they're going to be mad, right? So don't recommend that. Anyway, we just thought we would share that experience with you because it just happened tonight. But what we really wanted to share was an experience that we had in the last house that we lived in, where we brought home a cursed item. So the first thing, so we'll jump into, do you want to come up here and say hello? Come on up. Come on up. No, don't bite. No, don't bite my hooves. Hooves. Don't bite my hooves. All right, he's leaving. Okay, so moving on to the next story, I'll start and then I'll ask you to fill in because I can't remember everything. But from what I remember was, okay, the first thing is actually we went shopping in Salem. Okay, so Salem, Massachusetts, if you're not familiar, and you probably are, that's where all of like the witch trials happened. We went shopping in Salem. It's a really cool place. There is so much there to see and do. And so we had a day in Salem and then we bought some stuff. Then we came home and then we went to bed. And I was woken up in the middle of the night. I don't remember if I was having a really creepy dream or if I woke up from just a really creepy feeling, because I woke up and it was like super, super eerie, like a chilling feeling. And I woke up and the room felt just like, you know, when a place can just feel like evil suddenly, you're like, uh-oh, what's going on kind of thing. So I woke up and the whole room felt really scary, darker than normal, super evil. I felt like, I don't know, just a presence. And so I woke up Brian and I said, something's wrong. Like I feel like a darkness. And that's when you said that you were just having a dream. What dream were you having?
I had two dreams actually. There was the first one, there was this box and it was buried under mud. Okay. And it just kept telling me, something kept telling me, find the box, open the box. And I had to be secretive about it. I don't know what was in it. But they're like, you need to open this box. And there was like, it felt dark, like a dark presence or something. And I saw myself holding this box and hiding it and like wanting to open it. And I don't know what was in it. But then it shifted to another dream where I went into a house and it was really cold. Remember, I was standing in like a kitchen. I don't know what house it was. I remember being able to see my breath and I remember it got cold. And then I turned and my face changed like I was possessed. Like something took over my body, like it was a ghost and I was being possessed. And that's when you woke me up. And you were like, something feels wrong. It's like, I just had a dream that I was possessed.
I was like, okay, something's wrong then. Because like that just doesn't happen for no reason. Like that, when you have those kinds of dreams and experiences, it's usually a psychic attack, right? Like majority of the time.
And then we heard knocking.
Yeah. So I said, something's wrong. I wake him up. He says, you just woke me up. Thank God, kind of thing. I was dreaming that I was possessed. And I think you woke up with a start too. You're like, oh, I was like, what? It's so scary in here. And then I said, something feels wrong. And then we both didn't say anything for a second. So there's this little quiet. And then on the outside of the house, like near our bedroom, we heard knock, knock. And then on the inside of the house, we heard knock, knock, almost like something was returning the knock.
It was the same knock.
It was the same exact
outside, knocks. And then it knocked again inside, like the next room over, and it was scary.
And then it knocked again outside, didn't it? Did it knock outside, inside, outside? I think that's what happened.
That's what it sounded like. I mean, it's hard to tell exactly where it came from because it was not in our room, but it was close and it moved and it was the same knock. Exactly.
It was very, very obvious that something was like getting our attention. And obviously, you know, also we just had felt so creepy. And I was like, I think we just looked at each other and I'm like, you heard that, right? Sometimes I hear things. I don't know if other people hear them.
It was scary, yeah.
I'm like, you heard that too, right? Like I'm not alone in this.
It wasn't a psychic noise. It was a physical knocking.
Physical clairaudience, yeah. And then I said, well, we're going to have to we're not going to be able to go back asleep. Let's go figure out what's wrong. And so we get ourselves prepared and ready to go out of our bedroom down the dark hallway to figure out what's wrong. Right. So we're on Ghostbusters mode. Yeah. Okay. What's going on? We prepare ourselves, usually calling in Archangel Michael. You probably had sage already. You always go for sage so quickly.
It's like right next to the bed. I'm like,
let me get sage. And I'm like, I'll get Archangel Michael. And then we head down the hallway to see what's wrong. And then as we were walking down the hallway, right in front of the spare room where we had stored the stuff that we got from Salem, which is also right in front of the bathroom. It was kind of like a corner, and the bathroom's here and the spare room is here, right in the corner of those two doors. It was freezing. It was like the weirdest cold spot in our house, right?
Yeah, it was freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like as soon as you stepped in, there was just goosebumps like over your whole body. It was like, ooh, I don't want to stand right here. I don't know what's up with it. But...
Yeah, I remember you showing me your arm. You're like, oh my God, something's going on. And then did we then talk about the bathroom door, or did we go right into the spare room?
I don't remember exactly what happened with the bathroom door. You had a dream about it or something,
Didn't
and that's
you
where the
too?
cold spot was, right in front of the door.
I
think you had a dream about it, but we felt
Yeah.
the cold spot, and I got the goosebumps.
Yeah, like so as soon as, you know how you don't remember something until you're there? We like got in front of the bathroom, and I was like, and I was looking at the bathroom all weird, and I was like, I think that was what woke me up. I think I had a super creepy dream about the bathroom door opening on its own. But then I woke up and I forgot immediately and just felt like, oh my God, there's a creepy presence. Anyway, there's this cold spot, and we're like, okay, it's in the spare room. And we still, I don't think, had put together that it was something we brought home from Salem. I just don't think we knew what was going on. So then we open up the door to the spare room, and we're looking around to see what's going on in here. And there's a shopping bag on the bed. And I don't know how we didn't notice this. And on the side of the shopping bag where it says the store name, it says Hex 666 right on the bag. And I'm like, well,
and there was a pentagram. There was like a pentagram, and then 666 hex. So I guess the store was
super Salem
like
vibes.
A real dark magic store with real dark.
But we didn't know.
Items and...
Like we went in and we thought it was just like, I don't know, a metaphysical store, and picked up a few things, and that the bag kind of tipped us off that was what the problem was. So then inside the bag, what was giving like off really bad vibes when we were like looking in and holding the items, how you kind of like hold the items and tune into what was going on, was an oracle deck that Brian had picked out that was a dragon oracle. And what happened next? I forget what happened next.
I think before we actually looked in the bag, we closed our eyes to tune in to see if we could find what was going on.
Oh, okay.
And I think that was before we looked in the bag, wasn't it? And you saw a dragon.
Oh,
and then we looked in the bag and realized we had the dragon oracle deck.
Yeah,
and you were
because
like,
sometimes sometimes we'll just close our eyes and tune into things. And we were like, what's going on in this room? And closed our eyes. And I saw, because there was a window in the bedroom, it was a spare bedroom. In the window, I just saw a giant dragon eye, as if the dragon was as big as the house, and like looking in like the window, like, huh, like what's going on? So I just saw this huge eye, and I thought dragon in my mind. And then we look in the bag, and there was a dragon oracle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was it about them? Okay.
I really wanted to use that oracle deck because I love dragons, as you can see. I got a super dragon soul, and it was really cool artwork.
You wanted to open it. You were saying, I think if we open it, I can clear it. Mm-hmm. And I said, I don't think you should be opening that at all, right? No. And then didn't we put together that you were, in your dream, they were trying to get you to open it?
Yeah, that's what the box, I think, represented. Yeah. They're like, you must open this box, but I was being secretive about it. And then... yeah, it was definitely the Dragon Oracle deck.
In the dream.
Yeah.
So you like had a box that was making you all Gollum-like about it.
Yeah, my precious.
My precious. And then they're like, open it. And then I think that's a bad idea, right? If something's hexed, you don't want to just open it in your home. Oh my God, what's going to pour out of that? Right. So then we were like, I just asked him not to open it, but I think a few times you're like, but we could just clear it. We could just clear it.
I tried bargaining because it was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But... yeah, there's light dragons to work with, and there's dark dragons that you don't really want to work with. And that was I don't know if it was that oracle deck or if it was just in the store too long with all the dark magic they probably actually do there.
I think that's what it was. Yeah,
because you had something too. You had the runes.
Yeah, I bought like a little pack of runes that I was going to try. I'd never tried them before, and then I think that you and I. So that night, what we just did, so we go back to bed, was we just took the bag outside and put it in Brian's truck, because we're like, well, it can't be in the house, so we're not going to get any sleep.
I put a huge piece of selenite in the bag to try to contain it. So I was like, I tried to drive to work in the morning. I was like, well, we're going to keep this under wraps. Better get some selenite. So put that in the bag.
He's eating my good pillows. Hold up.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I wish we had his unicorn horn on for everyone. Okay, so this is Orion. So then we just put it in the truck. And then after that, we tried to tune into the store. Do you remember the next day? We were like, let's try to channel and tune in and see if it's the item, the Oracle card, or if it's the store itself. And then what we tuned into, didn't we tune into like dark rituals happening in the back of the store? Yeah, like in the back room of the store, I had a vision. Was it me or you had the vision? I can't remember. Was it me? Of like somebody doing like dark magic in the back of the store. And so then everything in that store would be contaminated, right? All of it. Because if you're going to do that, you know, you open portals and you contaminate everything in that space. And, you know, it's not that you could never clear that deck of cards, but it's almost just not worth the risk in the end. You know, because maybe you could clear it, but do you really want to hex your home in the process? Why? You know, what was it like? Probably all of $20. Like, it's just not worth it to me. Like, we'll go to a different store and find the same deck if you really want it. So, yeah, I mean, was that pretty much it?
Yeah, we ended up throwing out the whole bag, never touched. We never opened it. As much as they tried to get me to, I resisted. It was hard.
Yeah.
I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed. Oh, I just put his head down. I'm gonna cry. Precious baby. Oh God. I love you, my baby unicorn. So good.
Sometimes.
So that's pretty much all we have for you today. I just want to thank everybody so much for supporting this little mini series. You guys are so awesome about supporting just kind of whatever weird, crazy ideas I come up with, and I'm very grateful. I want to encourage everybody to come over to Instagram if you're not there already and make sure you're following me there, because there's always so much happening, new, like unique content that doesn't happen over here on YouTube. And if you want to have events like this, where you know, we actually do things as a group, like clearings, tuning into things, like, you know, to have these kinds of stories and be a part of them, then you want to join the Starseed Academy membership. It's awesome, you guys. We do live events every single month, 2 live events every month. There's contests. There's a community chat going all the time. Plus there's a huge, huge resource library, over 200 videos, never before seen. They are not anywhere but there. Okay. Like that many activations, healings, events, masterclasses, trainings, astral journeys. You just can't find this kind of stuff anywhere. And the value of what you get is so astronomical compared to the monthly membership fee. So again, come join me in the Starseed Academy membership. And that'll be in the link in the description of the video below. And I love you all so much. And thank you so much for being here. And Orion says goodbye. Orion says goodbye. He just threw himself off. And before we go, please remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you, beautiful star seeds. Have a great day. Bye. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.